Okay, this is the video that I wanted to do for quite some time now. I got the referencing stuff out of the way, but this is the biggest video that I wanted to do thus far. The website is down there at the bottom, as you can see, that owns or is the distributor of this image. But as you can see, we have 9 ionizing. And then over to the right, we have ionizing. Ultraviolet, X-ray, gamma ray. All of that is radiation based levels and types. Now, we go over here to the non-ionizing. Power lines, radio and cell phones, microwave, infrared, visible, which is, light bulbs and whatnot, or your fluorescent lights. Now, microwaves, radio, and cell phones, we use that on the daily. Power lines, we always are surrounded about that all the time. We already know so far that the cell phone towers, the power lines, are connected to remote neural monitoring, which also connects to the via satellites, which allowed them to do this, right? Now then, here's where things get very interesting. Magellan, we already know about the, from what was told about the bone conducting headphones, right? Now, which is odd because they say bone conducting, right? Bone conducting. I don't know if anything else can conduct, but I know conducting is related to electricity. And when I mentioned the acupuncture pen, which send high voltages throughout the body, but not, only for mostly for acupuncture use, but it's mostly, for at least for what I use, is for the darn nano, which they're are putting into the chemtrails and all that stuff. And now, here's the thing: we're being beamed down with radiation all the time, right? We know this stuff is synthetic and nano related, right? So why on earth would they need to beam us with radiation? Did you ever notice that this nano stuff seems to move around when it comes to this radiation? So what would happen if a person waited until a vapor? There's always going to be a vape trail somewhere. But what if a person waited until that vape trail went to the exact same area where that vape trail was at? They marked it and then waited until it rained and went to that same specific spot. Got a brand new bucket, put it out there, got a sample of the rainwater, and put that get a sample of it, put it in a cup. And the cup is new, it's not used, and put that in a microwave. The microwave is new, not used, and have it going for about a good 30 minutes or so, maybe even less than that. It may not even take very long, but leave it in there for a while. You'll take it out, and you will actually look at what's in that rainwater underneath the microscope. Now, in the previous videos that I've referenced, you will see clips of this stuff that's already in the water as it is, that can actually construct itself over time. Now, as far as targeting individuals that are going through remote manipulation, they are beaming us with non-ionized radiation. The same thing that is used for radios, cell phones, microwaves, infrared, visible lights, power lines. The same thing. Remote neural monitoring allows them to see through our eyes. Remote manipulation allows them to contract and literally not only telepathically influence our thought patterns, and as well as injecting fabricated thought. Is you pretty much just machine-based thought basis, which is false thought, and literally in an attempt to try to convert us into something else. you know? The reason why I wanted to make this video and why it's so important is because this is just by that demonstration alone, if enough people were to get together with the people who are actually protesting against the vape trails, and yes, there are groups out there that protest against that. If they knew how to prove this stuff, they would have no, in this actual evidence, they have no basis to deny it whatsoever. They have absolutely no basis to deny any of it. And they would have no choice but to stop it, because otherwise, I mean, you're just poisoning people. And remember the argument that I guarantee you, every video you pretty much will see from the past few years, their whole excuse as to what they were putting in that stuff is nothing but vapor. All they're claiming is they're just doing nothing but putting vapor in the sky. That's a damn lie. There may be vapor in that, but that's not all that there is to it. Also, I want to point out, for people who do vape, that one of the channels I referenced earlier, they were talking about some negative effects that could happen. I don't know if that's true or not. I'm only referencing this out for your own safety. Just look into it. I'm not telling you what to do here or anything like that. It's primarily your choice. But that's definitely something that I would definitely look into. That's from the same channel that was talking about that had the radio stations about the remote neural monitoring and all that stuff that was going on. But I wanted people to see this graph so they would understand. They're not hitting us with ionized radiation. They're hitting us with non-ionizing radiation. If they were to hit us with ionized radiation, that would be automatic death. And that's not ordinary death. That would be a type of death that would be very questionable to the public eye. And people would be wondering, like, what the F happened? Like, why? Like, that kind of radiation, that type would be very, very questionable. And they're not going to do that. They're not going to do that. Because if they did, then they put themselves out there even more. I want people to understand. You can prove Magellan exists. You can prove it. They just don't want you to know how to do it. And it's so simple. They sell microwaves all the time. You can buy one of those and use those to expose them in their shit. Please understand this. This is something that can be proven. The only problem was that there was always a missing link. When the chemtrails and targeted individuals, as well as remote neural monitoring, are all linked. All three of them are linked together. All three of them are. This is a MM's TI strategy guide. Please, you guys, all of you wonderful fellow TIs out there, continue fighting the good fight. Continue staying safe as best you can. And remember, you're not alone in this. I'm over and out.